Released by Sega in 1989 on the Sega Genesis, Phantasy Star II would be a sci-fi focused sequel to the first game. Written and directed by Chieko Aoki, the game would be the largest game to fit on a video game console at the time with a 6 megabit cartridge. The story only gets larger from here, so let's cut it down to size with a RECAPitation. As the game begins, it's the year 1284 as nearly a millennium has passed since the events of the last game. Since then, the Algo star system has experienced significant change to its 3 planets, now named Palm, Moda, and Dezo, as the once harsh Moda has been terraformed into a fertile tropical paradise, prospering under the care of a giant supercomputer called the Mother Brain. Pointedly, years of comfort and convenience have made the people soft in the computer's care, as we now see a young man named Rolf suffering from dreams of Alice's legendary battle against Dark Force, waking up in his home in the capital city. Shaking it off and going to work, Rolf is informed by his commander that even though they are agents that carry out the plans of Mother Brain, the alarming outbreak of dangerous lab-created monsters warrants an investigation into the possibility of a system error. He assigns Rolf to find out why the monsters are being created and how they can control them, directing him to the Biosystems lab to check their data records. Before leaving, Rolf bids farewell to his companion Nay, a member of the new type of humans bioengineered to be half human and half biomonster, though she insists on coming along as well. At the same time, a man nicknamed Rudo volunteers to also join them as a professional biomonster hunter, and together the group sets out. Passing by a small town ransacked and destroyed by armed bandits, the group decides to intervene on their behalf, entering the vandals' hideout only to find the place infested with deadly creatures that took care of the bandits already. They also learn the bandits have kidnapped a girl for ransom, leading her father to commit violent crimes to steal money out of desperation. Rescuing her, she is shocked to learn her father has become a killer, eager to stop him, and to avoid the vengeful eye of others, Rolf hides her face with a veil as they leave. Going back to confront her father, he doesn't recognize his daughter behind the veil as he demands her money or her life, and as she defies him, he quickly strikes her down, killing her. Realizing his mistake too late, the father destroys himself in his despair, shocking the group with his avoidable tragedy. Returning home to recover from the event, they are visited by Dr. Amy Sage, who wishes to assist them in solving the biomonster problem. Adding her to the team, they also take time to learn how to play the piano as they enter the Biosystems lab and see dozens of vats growing monsters within, though destroyed panels and spilled chemicals suggest something wrong. Taking the recorder and returning to base, the commander praises their success while repeating people have become too complacent and lethargic under the protection of Mother Brain, not ever questioning the computer's commands. After analysis of the data, it's revealed the accident in the lab was caused by an immense energy surge overloading the system 2 years ago. This also caused a rapid mutation in one of the lab's creatures, evolving it outside of natural order, dubbing the aberration a biohazard. The analyst also shares that the accident's occurrence coincides precisely when there was a rapid fluctuation of energy used by Climatrol for controlling the rainfall and temperature, showing the power was sent somehow to the Biosystems lab. They also suspect the biohazard may have been a deliberate scheme by someone and insist on an investigation on how and why the energy from Climatrol leaked. Before embarking for Climatrol, Rolf is visited by a biologist named Hugh Thompson who wishes to lend his expertise to defend the lives of even biomonsters if possible. They are also visited by a guardian named Anna Zursky who wishes to travel alongside them while also hunting down hunters who have gone bad. Finally, they are met by a wrecker named Josh Kane who is handy at dismantling machines, and all of them are welcomed into the party. Finding they need to cross the sea to reach Climatrol, they try some awful cake from local scavengers but find the discarded yet functional jet scooter able to carry them across the water. Along the way, they learn of curious decrees by Mother Brain, such as forbidding people from entering the ocean, or allowing an incident 10 years ago in which a major spaceship collision resulted in banning space travel afterwards. Finally, they run into a thief named Sheer Gold who finds their journey an attractive opportunity for excitement and invites herself along. Seeing the path to Climatrol's underwater, they source an inventor who can make gum that will allow them to breathe underwater, securing the plant he needs, and enter the submerged tunnels. Navigating their way to the facility, they find a metahuman within with a striking resemblance to Nay, and the woman speaks, introducing herself as Nay First, born 2 years ago. She explains she was a Biosystems experiment combining human DNA with animals, but she was deemed a failure and assigned to be destroyed. However, she escaped while stealing DNA data for other creatures. With it, she has created monsters to wreak revenge on those who carelessly tried to play God with creating and destroying life. She then adds there was another Nay within her trying to stop her, declaring her to be the Nay they travel with as a friend, adding that she also secretly despises everyone. Nay confesses she did literally split off from Nay First, but denies hating humanity, saying it was horrible living with her and not agreeing with her obsession with revenge. Trying to stop her twin sister from creating more monsters, Nay battles and defeats her on her own, though turns to the group revealing to Rolf they actually share the same life force, so if one dies, so too does the other. As she dies quickly, Rolf finds he has little time to mourn the loss of his dear friend as the weather control system begins to melt down without anyone controlling it. As the facility self-destructs, the group returns home trying to revive Ney, but learn the available methods don't work on non-humans. They hear of a nice spot to bury Ney but are interrupted by command as they hear the accident at Climatrol is now causing the water levels to overflow to the point where their city will be flooded. Acting quickly, the commander says they need to open up the dams but they have no access and will need someone to go there and operate it manually. Rolf volunteers for the mission, but the commander reveals the Palm government has publicly declared Rolf and his group as the ones responsible for Mother Brain's malfunction. He's grateful to the group for solving the biohazard problem, but currently there is security seeking his arrest and recommends they lay low. Refusing to run and hide, Rolf insists that they be more useful trying to save Moda, and understanding, the commander lets them go. Despite being labeled as rebels, the people of Moda appreciate the group and warn them about the robots sent from Palm looking for them. Using the musical technique to obtain the keycards for the dams they need to open, the group fights the mechanized army as they succeed in saving the city, but an elite squad of security robots still catch and arrest them. Captured and taken to the prison satellite Gyla in outer space, the group is found guilty of damaging Mother Brain and sentenced to death. Rolf knows his actions to open the dams was to save lives and refuses to die here, determined to find out who was really trying to destroy Moda through Mother Brain. Suddenly, an explosion rocks the prison, knocking the satellite off orbit, and hurrying to stabilize the facility, the group finds they are helpless to stop the satellite from its collision course with Palm. Just then, another explosion catches Rolf and knocks him out as he dreams the same dream of Alice fighting Dark Force again, but losing this time. Startled awake, Rolf is met by the man who saved them, a space pirate named Tyler, who left Palm disliking life under Mother Brain. More seriously, he shows them Palm was completely destroyed and wonders what will happen to the rest of the system. He adds he knows Rolf's group are fugitives charged with destroying Mother Brain, but doubts that's true. Regardless, he agrees to help bring them back to Moda, but mentions there is a man they should seek on Dezo who can do things that Mother Brain can't. Safe back home, the commander is relieved to see them alive, and hearing them out, agrees to lend them the planet's last working spaceship to follow their lead to Dezo, warning them the Palm incident has panicked them. Finding the shuttle can autopilot, they head to the mysterious ice planet of Dezo, finding it inhabited by talking feline creatures called muskcats and less than welcome Dezorian people who are glad the people from Palm are gone. Seeking out their lead, the group hikes through a frozen canyon and finds a temple among the snowy mountains, finding a group of monks who were expecting them. They learn of a particular man who has been in cryosleep, hidden and waking up once every 10 years to check up on the Algo system, and has been secretly protecting the system for generations. Fortunately, he will be waking up for this emergency, as the cold sleep pod opens up to reveal Lutz, the last elemental in Algo, greeting Rolf and telling him this is actually the second time they've met. As it turns out, Lutz was the one who saved Rolf's life 10 years ago during the infamous space trip collision that killed his parents and caused Mother Brain to ban space travel on Moda. He also reveals the reason Rolf has been having nightmares about Alice is because he is actually her descendant. Lutz adds that since Alice's battle against Dark Force, there have been others to emerge to threaten the system over the centuries, and now it's Rolf's turn to rise up and fight the current battle. The Esper gives Rolf an arrow prism that will allow him to see the unseen, and tasks him to collect Ney's legendary weapons to prepare. Searching high and low across hidden dungeons, the group obtains the various arms and armor of Ney, and seeing them ready, Lutz approves of their mettle and reveals the enemy's plan. He begins by recounting how a millennia ago, Alice secured peace for the system for a while. However, after the advent of Mother Brain, humanity began to lose its way, abandoning Alice's creed for compassion and favoring the computer's copious convenience. Equating needs and wants tore people apart, and becoming dependent on and deferring judgment to Mother Brain gradually weakened the minds and bonds of society. Therein lay the trap, though he does not know who exactly laid it. He hands them the Ney sword, stating it will save them should corruption attempt to seize them, and asks if the group is ready to battle evil now. Stealing their nerves, the group agrees, and with this, Lutz says he will send them to those who watch Algo from outside the system, teleporting them to the spaceship Noah. Cutting through the strongest biomonsters they have ever faced, Rolf leads the team deep into the ship until they come before a strange box blocking the path. Curious about the tremendous dark power seeping out of it, Rolf opens the box as a booming voice laughs at him opening Pandora's box, explaining all that is evil is here in one piece called the Dark Force. Claiming it to be a present from one world to the Algo system, the monster Dark Force materializes before them, attempting to corrupt the minds of the group one by one with oppressive darkness. Thanks to the Ney sword, the group is cleansed and overcomes the malevolent being, but finds they are not done yet. Beyond, the group confronts the real source of Mother Brain, finding the terminal forms a body in order to communicate with them. Scoffing, the Mother Brain dares them to risk the safety and well-being of Algo on their self-righteousness, stating the helpless populace would die cursing their fate. Undeterred, the party moves to shut her down anyway, and in defense, Mother Brain does her best to resist the shutdown, but Rolf and his team edge out a win to stop the overbearing control system. In an instant, Mother Brain simply ceases to function, and with this, the biosystems, weather, and other subroutines all stop as well across the system. Knowing that even though they never asked for it, the people of Algo would begin a new life of hardship, though Rolf feels there is a sense of hope on this path. Before they leave, Lutz tells them there is someone else still on the ship, and checking it out, the group is shocked to see a room full of hundreds of robed people and demand to know who they are. Annoyed, their leader explains they hate the group for destroying their creation, the Mother Brain, and are from a faraway planet called Earth. Elaborating, he explains Earth was once rich with life and advanced technology, but after sapping the planet of its natural resources and controlling nature, they unknowingly dealt irreparable damage to the planet and were forced to head into space to seek a new home. Finding the Algo system full of life, they decided to take it for themselves through Mother Brain, not afraid to blow up a planet like Palm to get what they want from the natives. At this moment, Lutz teleports the full party to back up Rolf, but the Earthman laughs, saying it is only a matter of time before Algo is doomed without Mother Brain too. Not letting the invader species of Earthlings have the last laugh, Rolf confronts the last survivors of the dead planet as hundreds of Earthlings surround and attack Algo's defenders. As the game ends, in a spaceship deep outside the reaches of the Algo system, Rudo, Amy, Kane, Sheer, Hugh, Anna, and Rolf all fight against a swarm of doomed Earthlings, killing and destroying as much as they can, as Rolf can only wonder what the people will see in the final days. Thanks for watching the video. What did you think of that ending? If you enjoyed the recap, then leave a like, and big thanks to the patron and channel member warriors. Links are in the description for how to support the channel and get extra videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next battlefield.